Yeah, yeah.
Those are the ones with day cabs. They don't have a bunk. No, I'm just kidding. Bad joke. But you. Okay, so, all right. So, what are you doing at a truck show? Because you see a lot of truckers come in. Why are they coming in? Why are they?
So
say
they're coming in because a lot of them, for lack of betterment of any money management,
Yeah.
a lot of them are coming from divorced homes.
Okay.
And have no options other than that. So they ended up very depleted. A lot of them with mental health issues.
Oh, wow.
And so we don't talk enough about mental health issues.
Right.
We don't talk about what it means to be, especially for a trucker, alone on the road for 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the dissolving of a family,
Yeah.
you know, and the connections and the reconnections with children when they're home.
Right.
Because when they're no longer trucking, what do, right?
That's right.
Time has passed and your
Some
children
of us
are
do
grown up.
this, but that's okay. That's okay.
Children are grown up, and what do you do,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So a lot of them, for whatever reason, they end up with broken homes, and for whatever reason, the spouse is just disconnected.
Yeah.
So they end up in homeless or on the shelter, and a lot of them have a lot of health issues,
Yeah.
so they can't go back on the road anymore.
Okay.
So it becomes a financial dire situation.
Wow.
So I think there's something to be said that the truckers really sacrifice
Yeah.
so much to be on the road.
The homeless thing has been such a big problem lately.
Yes.
I don't know how big your home is. If this is your house,
Well,
you better be a mansion. Oh, it's a hotel.
We have 18 beds,
Yeah.
and right now we have 11 of those occupied.
Okay.
And it's growing because more and more men are showing up at our door and homeless.
Just trying to get her to take some pictures. She
For
forgets.
sure, for
She
sure.
forgets because she's in a. Okay, and so now whereabouts are you located?
So our men's shelter is 59 Town Line,
Okay.
right? And our youth shelter is at 20
Okay.
Town Line. So
Okay.
we do a lot of outreach, a lot of connecting, trying to reestablish relationships within our community to understand what we're doing
Right.
and the importance of why we're doing it,
Right.
and the importance of men and men's issues.
Okay. Okay. So now, is there a solution? How do you get somebody from homeless? My wife and I were talking about this the other night, actually. How do you get somebody who's homeless back into being productive and having their own place? And because, it seems like there's some steps missing for a lot of people.
Definitely. So there's a new initiative that the Ontario government, and I think it's nationwide throughout Canada, it's called Homes First. So it's really about when they come into the shelter, they come in and we give them as much supports and counseling as we can. And it's just reconnecting through the counseling about what it means to be connected back into the community. So then there's a lot of education that happens around that and support and resources. And then we connect them either into like a one-bedroom or a basement apartment to reestablish them back into the community. And they stay connected with their housing worker. And as long as they stay connected with their housing worker and they keep checking up on them, I think it's just having that rapport and the relationship with their housing worker and with the different resources that are provided that allows them to see life in a different perspective, that it's not all doom and gloom, and that there's hope. And that's all we can ever provide is just hope.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem when, especially for the trucking community, when you're alone by yourself 13 hours a day and there's nothing but your thoughts cannot sometimes be the best thoughts, right? You've got to get out and talk to people. And when you're in that state, talking is what's
well,
helping.
We're starved for relationship, right? And especially when you've been in the working situation for 20, 30 years and you're alone. I mean, all you have is your thoughts. And it's hard because you become disconnected and you don't know how to reestablish those conversations anymore. So, right? So how do we reestablish conversations with, your partner, your spouse, your children, especially now they're adults. You saw them when they're babies and now they're adults, right? You're in and out. As soon as you're in, you stay 24 hours and then you're back on the road again, right?
It's funny because this show and many of the other truck shows that go on are I think for that. I just did a podcast episode about that where there used to be a lot of camaraderie on the road. You could talk to people, you knew people from different companies, you talked on the CB, all of that kind of stuff. And now they've changed because of the pandemic. Fast food lineups, there's no tables to talk with people. Everybody's in a rush, in a hurry. Nobody talks on the CB anymore. And that's why the truck shows are flourishing, because it's a place for us to connect and reestablish some friendships, right?
Right. Because it's so important, right? And I think just as human beings on a whole, connection is our most important thing that we can have with each other. And it's after COVID, I think we've done a disservice, really, with cutting people off.
Yeah.
And then now you're trying to relearn something that in 2 years has demolished or depleted within you. And you can't imagine that just 2 years, right, did so much damage. Right.
And add social media onto that, and you go even further down. So what's going on with the cookies? Because the ice cream guy just came into your. I don't know if he's eating all your cookies,
I
buying
don't know.
all your.
That's possibly
if
my
you
daughter.
want cookies and cream ice cream, that might be the new version. I don't know. But what's going on with the cookies? How's that helping the shelter?
So our cookies are for $5, and it's really helping in order for operations, in order for us to have counseling, for us to have program, because program is so important. One of the programs that we have put on in April for the whole month of April was emotional regulation and anger management courses, and we started off with 6 men and ended off with 25.
Wow.
And it was amazing how they were so connected. And it was interesting that when we started the programming, that, we started off with childhood memories and thoughts. And a lot of them broke down and cried because they missed something, and they realized they missed something. So it was interesting. And then to grow in how to communicate, to communicate with your spouse, how to be softer and gentler inside, right? Because that's what your partner's expecting.
Truckers don't specialize in that area. I hate to tell you that.
I know. It was
We
hard.
try, but
it was so hard. It was so hard. And then we had a communications course, which was excellent to have. So the $5 really goes a long way. And if not, you can always contact us on Choices Youth.
Where's your website?
Our website is on the back.
ChoicesYouthShelter.info.
Yes, and please click the donate. We're happy for any donations that we can receive in order to further our cause.
All right. Well, thanks for talking with us today.
Thank you.
Go get a cookie. The ice cream guy left, so you can buy cookies now.
Oh.
Thanks for being on, Tricia. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.